Hello, this is Joe from Gamers Cinema, and today we are doing a commentary on MW3, and we're going over a free-for-all match that Connor did, and he pretty much rapes. You're going to see him win the match, get an AC-130, completely not legit, but he's going to get an AC-130.
Legit enough for me, it's from a care package.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he worked hard to get it. He totally risked it for Biscuit going out there and saving the care package. You'll see it.
I think you meant risk it for a Biscuit.
But as far as MW3 goes, we need to talk about this a little bit. First, we're going to go over some of the perks. They're bringing back sleight of hand. Obviously, faster reloading. The pro effect is going to change, though. The pro effect is going to be faster weapons change, which I've always thought to be crucial in the game. How many times have you run out of ammo and not been able to switch to your secondary fast enough? I'm gonna like Sleight of Hand Pro with the fast weapon change. Yeah, you always
complain about that one.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, especially when you're not using a pistol and your secondary just takes forever to bring out.
Freaking spaz.
Yeah, freaking spaz.
Every day, literally.
Another perk is gonna be Recon. This is explosive damage that shows target on the mini-map. Basically, if you throw a grenade and it hits somebody or damages them, the target will appear on the mini-map like a red dot. The pro effect will be bullet damage, shows the target on the mini-map, so basically anybody you shoot shows up on the mini-map. It's actually pretty beast, if you ask me. All it does is, like, gives you the idea that if you're shooting somebody, the rest of your team should know where that guy's at. And I think that's pretty fair. Really, like, unless everybody's communicating on a mic, it's kind of hard to know what your teammates are doing or who they're shooting at. But with a perk like that, the enemy shows up on the map. I think that's pretty nice.
It does sound really overpowered, but it's only for a limited amount of time, so it won't really be as crucial and drastic as it seems. But like Joe said, if not everyone has a mic, then it will definitely help out the rest of the team to know who you're shooting at.
The next perk is Blind Eye, and the effect is air support and sentries are undetectable. So basically, if you call in a plane, you have Blind Eye on, or a UAV or something, the enemies cannot see it. And the pro effect is fast lock on for rockets and increased bullet damage on vehicles. Basically, you take down the enemy's stuff faster.
I'm not liking that much at all. It seems like something that's gonna make me very mad.
The pro effect is exactly the same as stopping power pro on MW2.
But the normal part of it, is that making it harder to shoot down air support? That's gonna be a pain.
Yeah, it will be. Extreme conditioning, increased sprint time, not unlimited. This is kind of like Black Ops, the merit. Oh, look at Connor getting his AC-130. See? Told you he risked it. Okay, but extreme conditioning, increased sprint time, climbing speeds increased. It's basically the same thing as lightweight pro, but I mean you're not going to be able to sprint from an unlimited distance.
It's pretty much like COD 4's version of extreme conditioning, along with COD 5's.
Yeah. Scavenger is the last perk in the first tier. It's get ammo from dead enemies, obviously, and the pro effect is used to get more ammo.
It's pretty much exactly the same as it was in Modern Warfare 2 and in Black Ops.
Okay, what perk do you think will be your favorite out of Tier 1?
I would probably have to say Sleight of Hand, just because I hate the whole fact of not being able to reload quickly enough to get my kills.
Same here. I'm gonna love Sleight of Hand, fast reloading, and the pro effect, fast weapon change. That'll probably be my beast perk.
I like Scavenger, but I like Sleight of Hand at the same time. The only reason I'm taking Scavenger over it is because Sleight of Hand no longer gives you a faster aiming time when pro, so I'm probably just gonna stick with Scavenger.
Which brings us to our tier 2 perks. Quick Draw is faster aiming down sights. It's actually just its own perk now. It used to be a pro effect, but now Quick Draw is its own perk. It's tier 2, the red perks, which I always find to be the most useful. And its effect, faster aiming down sights. Snipers are going to love this. I guarantee everybody who quick scopes has to have Quick Draw on. The pro effect is fast recovery from using grenades and equipment. So if you're throwing a grenade, supposedly you just bring your weapon right back up. No big deal.
I know Connor will like that perk.
Freaking always putting down a claymore, and then as soon as I put it down, I'll have the bomb pop up and I'll walk away and get shot in the back.
So how do you think the Black Ops quickscoping compares to like the fast ADS?
Um,
Black Ops
Black
is
Ops
gay.
was, yeah, I definitely hated Black Ops quick scoping before and after the patch, just because it just seems way too slow. I know it kind of feels like COD 4 in a sense, but it's just the guns are so much bigger and bulky that it looks like you're trying to like quick scope with an RPD that can only shoot like once every minute.
And also constant hit markers.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna guess sniping's coming back for MW3. Another tier 2 perk, Blast Shield, increased explosive resistance. Resistance to flashbangs and stuns is the pro, but just the regular effects increased explosive. It's just like any of the other Blast Shields. It's a boring perk. I don't think I'd ever use it, personally.
Yeah.
Hardline actually got a new pro effect. It does the regular kill streaks require one fewer kill, and the new pro effect is 2 assists count as 1 kill towards your kill streak. Which, have you ever been BS and just get a lot of assists? That is a pain.
I had one game recorded where I had like 20 kills, 5 deaths, and like 20 some assists. I just got completely screwed over the entire game when I was going for a nuke, and I just never got it because of the assists.
So now when you get 2 assists, that adds a kill to your kill streak,
Yeah.
which I think is very nice. Also, the pro effect, death streaks require 1 fewer death, just like MW2.
I highly dislike death streaks. I don't know, I should be rewarded for being bad, but
Another tier 2 perk, Assassin, immunity to UAV, portable radar, thermal, and heartbeat. Basically cold-blooded. The pro effect is immunity to counter UAV, EMP, and no red crosshair name over you. So, immunity to counter UAV and EMP, that's new. That's a new pro effect. But the no name while someone puts their crosshairs over you, that's the same as MW2.
yeah, I like Assassin. That's probably going to be my number 1.
And then the last perk they're bringing back for this game, Overkill, is the last tier 2 perk we're talking about. You can carry 2 primary weapons. The pro effect is your second primary can have 2 attachments. So, out of these perks, which one do you like the best, Connor?
I would have to more than likely say Quick Draw, just because I feel like Assassin is going to be used like Ghost was in Black Ops, and I feel as if it's going to make the game not very much fun, where if you get any type of air support at all, you're just going to see nothing but the ground.
That's why I'm going to be using Assassin, and it will be the perk I use all the time, pretty much out of that tier 2. Although if I am quick scoping, I will use Quick Draw.
I'm probably going to use Assassin because I just don't much like kill streaks at all. And I'm also kind of happy that there's no stopping power in MW2, or 3.
Okay, moving on to tier 3 perks. The first perk is Marksman. Identifies targets at more distant range. So, you basically... is this going to be like the Bad Company?
I'm gonna think that this is mainly gonna have to do just when you're scoping in, mainly, or it'll like help you view movement easier, as in Modern Warfare 2. And we know in a lot of the maps, kind of like the one that I'm playing on right now on Afghan, that if you have a ghillie suit or something like that on this map, you're definitely going to show up as nearly invisible, as long as you do like cold-blooded and just triangle, like the ninja defusing type of scene.
Yeah, longer hold breath for when sniping is a pro effect. Stalker is the next perk. Increase movement speed while aiming down the sights. Basically, you can, if you ever looking down the sights and being a complete noob, you walk around faster. The pro effect is delay enemy claymores, basically like Scrambler Pro. It's no big deal.
I'm gonna love that because when
Sitrep's exactly the same as it is on MW2. You detect enemy explosives and tactical insurgents, and the pro effect is the enemy team's footsteps are louder. Also, steady aim is back and an increased accuracy while firing from the hip. That's just like MW2. The pro effect is weapon ready more quickly after sprint. So basically, if you run, it comes up faster. I don't really like the new steady aim perk. I never really used it besides when sniping, and that's just because it gave you quick draw on MW2. And since that's its own perk now, I really don't like steady aim anymore. What do you think?
I like steady aim because after sprinting, if you're rushing into their base with the SMG, you can pull it up quick and just take them out.
How do you feel about the new steady aim now that it doesn't have quick draw?
I'm not really all quite that sure. I guess it would pretty much be the same as like the marathon lightweight setup in Modern Warfare 2, where you pretty much get to sprint around and destroy everyone in the spawn.
I like it a lot for when I'm going to be rushing, which I do a lot in search, and that'll be fun.
The last tier 3 perk is Dead Silence. Quieter movement. Recon does not work as well against you. I'm not sure what that means. The pro effect is you not take any fall damage.
That's a heart.
So, and I would say it's kind of like Ninja, but then it has that Commando pro effect like MW2, where you don't take any fall damage. And just to be clear, there is no Commando perk. Like knifing distance is not effective.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leveling up that Dead Silence.
If it's screwed up, then it's screwed up.
Yeah, I hope they have good sound like they did in MW2, but it's only quieter movement, but it should be pretty quiet.
Yep, that wraps up the tier 3 perks. Which one's your favorite?
I would pretty much have to say the Marksman, just because it'll like, I just love to look for little movements across the map, and if I see a little movement, then I'll more than likely be able to pick off whatever I saw.
I think I like sit rep just because I like being able to see the enemy's claymores. Although I still run over them even though they're bright red. It kind of helps me out a little bit, I guess.
I'm liking Dead Silence because I'm a sound whore, and the no falling damage is also gonna help the sound.
You're always on your T beaches. Alright, well, that wraps up our MW3 Perks preview. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that the free-for-all ended early, but that's all. This video ended up being a lot longer than we thought it was going to be. Okay, from Gamers Cinema, we are all signing out.